There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When the last time you had a prostate screening?
I haven't done.
What about colonoscopy?
I've been thinking about it. I know I have to do it.
Come on, man. You know, we can't wait till something happens. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? So we got to make it a priority, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Full checkup once a year. And make sure you ask the doctors to get a PSA. And important, make sure you get that colonoscopy. You're 50 now, man. You got to get that done. Okay?
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Hilo News family. Ooh, hey, we got to get our branding right. There we are. What's up, Hilo News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And today is no different. I am so excited to have our show today. We have some special guests, some hot topics, as y'all know, and of course, news you can use. So without further ado, I would love to jump into the show. But you know what? Before I jump all the way in, I am going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors, okay? So we want to give a shout out to Miami-Dade County, who's been doing their big one with us and spending some coins with us because they want to reach you guys. So here's the ad that I wanted to share with you all, okay? So let's get this going. Let's tee it up. Okay. Oh, this is not the one that I wanted to go up. Look, we live. This is what it is. Shout out to the State of Black Food. We are actually here in Tulsa covering this event, and we are loving every minute of it. Shout out to Chef Chad, who has been amazing. This is, I think, his 3rd year doing the event. There it is. And if you look and you see, you can look back to our episode a couple of weeks ago, and we had Chef Chad on, and he was talking about this event, and we wanted to come out. This is our first time covering an event for this in this capacity out of town. And Chef Chad, you know, he has his South Florida roots and connection. There are a lot of South Florida chefs that are being featured and highlighted during a different panel discussion. So yeah, we wanted to come out, support, and let them know, you know, that we are here in the building, connect, network, and of course, eat some good ass food, because yes, definitely want to do that. So shout out to State of Black Food in the building. And another situation that I wanted to share with you guys, I've been saying situation. Let me see what other supporter we have this week that I want to give a little shout out. 1212. Okay, here it is. We'll share this tab. So this is Ways to Water Wisely. This is an initiative from Miami-Dade County, and they are encouraging you all to water wisely. And I'm going to share this tab as well, because we have a little video and a little, you know, information on this, so that you all know what to do during this time. So let me pull it up, and here it is. So from landscape irrigation rebates to smart irrigation practices, there are so many ways you can conserve water and save money when you water wisely. Learn how to receive a free assessment of your irrigation system and more by visiting miamidade.gov/water wisely. And so they are one of our supporters and advertisers this week. So definitely wanted to make sure that we give them their things and the things that they pay for. So y'all support those who support us. Shout out to the family in the building. Look, I need the love. I need the energy. Y'all know how this go. Got to make sure that we, you know, feed the algorithm. So what I want y'all to do is give me a like, give me a comment, give me a share. Let people know that we are live. I know we haven't done this in a while. I didn't give myself that much of a leadway to promote it, but definitely want to let people know we are here. Oh, you like my hair, JJ? What's up, JJ, Tammy, and Tantas in the chat? My people are there. Okay. People are texting me. Hold up. I want to make sure this person is watching, because I got people watching all around the country. Don't forget to share the show, to shop the show. You helping me out, Tam Bam. You telling the people what to do. Don't forget to share the show. Yes, y'all make sure y'all share. If you're watching over there on Facebook, give me some love. If you're watching on YouTube, I see y'all over there. I see y'all in the comments. So yeah, we just wanted to pay those bills really quick. So before we get into our first guest and that conversation, before he logs on, I wanted to get into some news you can use. And are we good on the audio, people? Y'all can hear me good? Yes, I love y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is a hot topic that is going on right now. And I ain't even had this on the docket. This came to me right before I came on the air. This came to me right before I came on air. It's some people who see in my text messages. I'm like, was texting before I came on. So yeah. So right before I came on, speaking of, someone was like, yo, you gotta see what's going on with Daniela Levine Carver. And Daniela is getting drugged by the firefighter. She might as well be in a fire herself, because the people is on her neck and lighting her ass up. So let me show y'all what's going on. So right now, Mayor Daniela Levine Carver is in a little bit of a public tussle, a little bit of a back and forth 1-2 with the firefighters, because apparently she is cutting some funding from their budget. And the firefighter said, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Y'all, this green screen is bothering me. Hold up, because it's gonna bother me. Y'all don't mind if I show y'all where I'm at? I mean, it ain't no secret. I just didn't want to have the background of the hotel behind me, but it's the way I'm moving. It's just looking crazy. So let me show y'all. Here we are. Oh, here we are. Is this good? Is this okay? Because I was feeling like a robot. I was feeling all the staccato and shit. But you know, we got a little cute. Let me, as I'm waiting for my next guest to come on. Hold on, let me text and be like, where you at? This is why I need my producer, Ashley, who's gonna be starting with us. I'm texting him soon. So yeah, somebody behind you. Julius, don't start that fuck shit. Do not. And I'm cussing all the way with that. How do you get your background like that on live? Oh, it's a I'm on stream. I use StreamYard for our broadcasting. And so you just it has different backgrounds like that. But this is a real background. So yeah, he know I'm scary everything. So oh yeah, so we here at the first of all, Tontis, you're in the suite with me. Why you acting like you're not here? Look, y'all got me sidetracked in the comments, so let me focus, right? So we're here in Tulsa, Black Wall Street, as y'all know, Greenwood, historic Black Wall Street. If you know anything about Tulsa, that is where one of the most tragic race riots took place, and dozens of people lost their lives. Millions of dollars in Black wealth was decimated in a matter of hours. People lost everything. And so I've always been fascinated with Black Wall Street and what they built and what that represented at a time that was early in the early 1900s. Actually, a lot of race riots were happening, during that time. But Black Wall Street was, it's the more significant story that a lot of people know about. And the good thing and the great thing that I learned about their story is, like, maybe a few decades later, they rebuilt. And because of gentrification and redlining, and also too, as y'all know, how they build highways through our communities, in integration, it killed the thriving Black business district that was in Tulsa. So I've seen documentaries, I've seen series on it. So when Chef Chad Cherry said he was having his event here, even though I was already scheduled to be at Orange Blossom Classic, shout out to Derica, our manager editor, who's going to be holding it down for me and covering that, her and Justin. I was like, you know what? Let's get there. Let's make it work. Let's, cover this event, make connections, but also too, an opportunity for me to see Black Wall Street. And so, yeah, I came here and we are staying at a hotel here in downtown. I was about to say where it was, but I keep forgetting that this is on the internet and people be crazy. I don't need to tell people exactly where I am. But the cool thing is they ran out of king beds. So the room I was supposed to get, there were no more available. But the girl, we had a few little issues, and she said, you know what? I'ma just upgrade you. Mama, let me upgrade you. And so she gave us a suite. So it's real cute in here. As y'all can see, I'm in the living room or whatever, doing my thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm a recording here. So it's a cute little bar situation. As y'all can see, it's a bathroom over here. It's a 2-bathroom suite. It looks like it's another bedroom that could be connected, but we ain't pay for all of that. They ain't give us all of that. But I'll take this 1-bed, 2-bath suite, Yes, come on, let me upgrade you. Mama, let me upgrade you. Oh, hey, we got mega music in the building. I see you. Come on, upgrade. Yes, I'm enjoying this suite. And I haven't stayed in a suite in a while, so that's cool. You can almost gave my business away, but yeah, I haven't stayed in the suite in a while. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here today. And I see my first guest is here, and I have been wanting to talk to him. Y'all make sure y'all share. If y'all been seeing anything on the news, this went like viral all through Miami with Florida Memorial University. That is South Florida's only historic university, and or HBCU. And they just been having some leadership situations going on. And I was like, I need to go to the source. I need to go to the leadership, at least, one of the key people in this story. And I have the chairman of the board of trustees for Florida Memorial University on the show. He is backstage. So give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Dr. Brandon Dumas. If you are ready to go, I'm gonna bring you on. But yeah, we've been covering it too. Oh, before I bring Brandon on, because this is high low news, right? This is high to the low, right? So let me show y'all my article that I did on it. Now I'll put the link actually in the comments as well, because to my best friend, please don't text my phone no more. To my best friend Julie is watching in the chat, please don't text my phone no more. Y'all, as y'all can see too, this is a little bit unorthodox than I usually am with my podcast, and that's because I am out of town, and I'm not in my office, and I don't have all my things. And also too, they had a little bit of libations at the event today, the tasting event for the food demo for the State of Black Food. That's where I'm at, the State of Black Food conference here in Tulsa. And so, yeah, it was at a brewery, and we had some things, and we had some food that was so good. That was a part of the reason why I came here. So all of that to say, if I'm a little loose with it, it's because I'm here. But all of that to say, I wanted to share this article really quick that gives a little bit of background on this conversation that I'm going to have with Dr. Brandon. And so here it is. It's a couple of y'all that I text to watch this. I'm never going to ask y'all to watch this. I'm never going to ask y'all to watch me live again, because y'all are throwing me all the way off, right? So Florida Memorial University, only historic Black college and university in South Florida, is facing internal turmoil after a group of Board of Trustees members released a public statement denouncing the appointment of William McCormick Jr. as the school's 15th president. In a sharply worded letter issued on August 21st, 8 board members, including board chair Dr. Brandon K. Dumas, who's our guest today, called the appointment illegal, claiming it was pushed through without proper notification, discussion, or approval from the full board. They alleged that a faction of the board conducted a vote without adhering to university bylaws and accused them of engaging in a well-thought-out coup to secure McCormick's presidency. So my. Your show messed up tonight is what they did over there. That's what it's giving, right? And so, without further ado, I would love to welcome my guests to the show. Chef, are you good over there? Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come on. Okay, so without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show my guest, Dr. Brandon K. Dumas. Am I saying that correctly? Are you Creole, Dr. Dumas?
That's correct. That's correct. Thank you so much for having me and for this opportunity to engage and have some honest dialogue about where we are. Florida Memorial is such a treasured gem in the national landscape of higher education. And as I've shared with other people, as we've talked about this and discussed this is a moment. It's rough, it's challenging, but it's necessary. The time is always right to do what's right. So we're here, some of my colleagues and I, we rolled up our sleeves, drawn a line in the sand, and simply this is just about what's right and wrong. Not about personality, not about egos, but we have a fiduciary responsibility as members of the Board of Trustees to do that which is right and which is fair, to ensure that this institution remains not only stable, but viable and positioned to thrive into the future. So that's what this is all about. We're here. We issued our release. And this is only about doing what's right and what's fair. I'm here to answer whatever questions you may have. Thank you so much again for this opportunity in this audience to just shine more light on what is going on and to get the truth out in front of people so they can be aware of exactly what's going on.
No, definitely. And I appreciate you for joining us. First of all, the background and the screen and the skin is immaculate. So thank you for taking us seriously as if you were on CNN. And I appreciate that. And also to just come into our audience and talking to us directly. And I read an excerpt from our article. Matter of fact, like I said, I'm going to put that link in there for anybody who just wants a little bit of background on what Dr. Dumas and I are talking about. But Dr. Dumas, let's get straight to it. How does one even get into a situation with this? How does one board, how does one school, how does one HBCU one day have an announcement of their new president, and then the next day the board say, "Now wait a minute, we don't recognize her." How does that even happen, Dr. Dumas?
So of course, this isn't normal. There's nothing normal about this situation. And traditionally, the appointment of a president is one of the most precious and covenant moments in the life of an institution. As board members, we have a responsibility. We take an oath, that we will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of our institution, that we will do those things that are fair, that are just, and that are right to ensure that the students that are entrusted to our care are ultimately taken care of and positioned to thrive. This is simply about a group of rogue trustees who did not follow policies and procedures. As an institution, we have a unique opportunity to create our own rules in accordance, as long as they remain positioned with the principles of accreditation by our accreditation body, which is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, most often referred to as SACS. SACS allows us to create our own bylaws.
And so is that essentially? I'm sorry, you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But I have back feedback. Do you hear that on your end? In the comments, give us a little nod for the audio. Okay, I think it's good now. Okay, I don't hear it anymore. So what I was going to say about the accreditation, could a move like this put you guys in jeopardy of like having some accreditation issues?
Absolutely, and that is our overarching concern. There again, we have the ability to create our own rules. And we also have the ability that when we determine that the rules no longer serve the current needs of our organization, we have the ability to change those rules. What we do not have the ability to do is to act like the rules don't exist. And that's what this group of trustees has done, acted as if the rules don't exist, to suit a personal agenda. My thing is, again, a selection of a president is one of the most celebrated and critical moments in the life of an institution. It is our most single and most important function as a board of trustees to ensure the board of trustees has one employee, and that's the president of this university. We, 8 of us, were robbed of an opportunity to participate or to exercise our fiduciary responsibility. We had a meeting that was called Sunday, August the 10th at 7:00 p.m. to discuss a very time-sensitive matter in the life of the institution that required full board input. I called that meeting in accordance with the bylaws that state that only the chairman of the board or a majority of the board of trustees can call a meeting. Myself, along with 8 other trustees on a 16-member board. So if there's 16 members,
and 8 are missing, that's not majority.
So, I called a meeting in accordance with the bylaws. President and I had a conversation prior to that meeting, and he wanted an item included on the agenda to address his interim status. I said to him, and this is not hearsay, this is in writing in the text message. I said to him, listen, you deserve the clarity that you seek as it relates to your future, as to what the board's pleasure is regarding your position as president, whether it be interim, continued, whether it be permanent, or whether it be discontinued. Oh, they said they can't hear me?
I can hear you now. It went out for a few seconds, but you're good now. It's muted now. But if you unmute, hello? Now I can't hear you.
Okay. Wait, what about now?
Wait, now you're back. Now you're back.
All right. So
yeah.
I said to him, the president said to me, hey, we're going to meet about this time-sensitive issue. I would also like to have a conversation about my future, my status. And I said, listen, given the weight of the presidential appointment, I don't think that a special emergency called meeting on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. is the appropriate venue to discuss the next president of the institution. You deserve clarity. You served over the past 12 months, and you deserve an answer about what next. But we have a scheduled meeting on September the 12th where we can have any discussion that you would like, and the board will have appropriate notice, the appropriate time, and in the appropriate venue, which is in person on campus, to have a conversation about what happens next.
So this conversation was with Mr. McCormick, or was it with the previous president of the university?
With Mr. McCormick,
Mr.
who had been serving as interim since June of 2024.
Gotcha.
So I just wasn't willing to have that conversation on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. I think that that's a regular issue that it requires notice.
Of course.
Tell the trustees it's not an oh by the way issue, right? It's very serious. So after that, the next morning he texted. He said, "Hey, do I need to send out a meeting notice?" I'm like, "No, I got it. I'll send it out." Sent out a meeting notice at 12 o'clock to the entire board, the president, and the president's assistant. About 2 hours later, I get an email from the president's assistant. I sent out a Zoom link. They sent out a Teams link. So I looked at my phone. I was a little confused. I was like, well, I've already sent out a message. What happened? So I reached out to the assistant, had a brief conversation with her, which prompted me to send a group message to her and the interim president and say, hey, I got this text, this email from you. I had already sent out the link. So I'm assuming it was either done, you missed my email, or there's a reason that there's a separate link that's been sent. And I'm okay with that. Just let me know what that may be. To this day, I haven't received a response. So 7 o'clock, myself, along with the trustees that signed the statement that got us to this point, got on the call. There's no president, there's no CFO to discuss the issue that we're supposed to be discussing. A couple of them reach out and say, hey, are y'all going to join the meeting? So no, we're on a meeting. So they had a separate meeting. Number one, you can't have a quorum if I have 8 members on the phone with me and there are only 8 left, and nobody can have a quorum. We can have a conversation, but we can't transact official business. So nevertheless, in that same session, purportedly, with people on that call who are not members of the board, you had Mr. Walt Wetherington, who preceded me as chair, but he was term limited. Our bylaws say that a person can serve three-year terms, and then they must leave the board for a minimum of 1 calendar year, and then they're eligible, if they desire, and if it's the board pleasure, to be reinstated. Well, it was discovered in spring of 25 that he had been on the board 11 years. So when we determined that happened, he was automatically off the board. They like to use the term, he was removed from the board. When a person in a position that's associated with tenure or terms, you don't have to be removed when your term ends. When your term ends, it's done.
Yeah.
So his position was declared vacant, which led us to an emergency meeting where I was appointed interim chair. Subsequently, that was on April 16th. And then subsequently at a regular scheduled meeting on May 9th, I was elected chair again to serve a 1-year term. So you had people who weren't even on the board. You had an SGA president that graduated in May. Our bylaws say that the Student Government Association president is a member of the board of trustees. If you're not a student, you can't be president of the Student Government Association. So the Student Government Association president that graduated in May was on the call as well, saying that he was representing the new SGA president. Our guidelines and our bylaws don't allow for proxy. So if you'll see, if you follow the story, there's a consistent and blatant disregard for established rules and policies. And again, we have the ability, if we want to change the rules, but we can't just act like they don't exist. And that's, in a nutshell, there's a lot that has happened. Many events have transpired. We're gearing up tomorrow morning to go before the judge and present our sides, and hopefully, prayerfully, not hopefully, a decision is made that's in the best interest of Florida Memorial, and that we can begin to put this moment behind us and get back to the business of educating the minds that have been entrusted to us.
Dr. Brandon, why is it needed at this point for a judge or for legal intervention? Can you explain to us, why that's needed?
Absolutely. So I warned repeatedly. We also hired, they directed me when I was elected interim chair in April. They directed me to retain counsel to ensure that what we were doing was on solid legal ground. We hired an attorney who is well known in the Miami area, highly respected. He has experience in board governance. We brought him in. He analyzed the situation and gave an opinion and said, hey, everything that you've done is proper and right. Hey, if you want to bring this gentleman or anybody else back, follow your bylaws, make the amendments, and go with your move if that's what your pleasure is. But they chose not to do that. So that didn't fit their intentions. So at that point, they continued to move in this rogue fashion. And here we are having to go to court to defend because we have not been able to internally resolve the conflict. You have 8 people on the right side of the law, and you have 8 people on the wrong side of the law. I've been in litigation before. I've been in contentious situations. I have never in my life been so absolutely certain that what we are doing is on solid ground. It's not popular. It's not fun. It's actually stressful. And again, I'm a 3-time graduate of HBCUs, graduated twice from Southern University, once from Jackson State. I find no satisfaction in this moment, but it's necessary. We students are looking to us as an example, and we are responsible. We've been entrusted with a very sacred trust to make sure that that institution that has been an opportunity, a gateway of opportunity for so many people, a bridge to a brighter future, that it remains. We can't continue to allow people with selfish agendas, which is not Florida Memorial, to move in such a way that, do you know if accreditation is revoked, the impact that that will have on recruitment? Not only that, how that affects graduates that have a Florida Memorial degree when they go to apply for jobs and seek opportunities. Oh, this is the institution that's not accredited. This is the institution that's on accreditation warning. That's not what we want. That's not what these children and these young adults signed up for. You know, college is a choice. Students can go anywhere. You know, they have an array of options. When they choose an institution, we have an obligation to make good on that promise to them. And that includes following the rules that we've set to ensure that sound governance is in place, that accreditation is maintained, and that the institution remains positioned to thrive. And this, again, you know, I've told people Florida Memorial has a storied legacy, a treasured history. This is only a moment. You know, this is just a dab on a huge canvas that has done so much, that has meant so much to so many people for generations. I don't want this moment to define who or what Florida Memorial is. But at the same time, it's very necessary that we go through this to ensure that we return to order, that we stabilize governance, that we allow duly elected and seated trustees to exercise their fiduciary obligation to appoint a chief executive officer in accordance with our bylaws.
So, Mr. McCormick, you know, I'm gonna be real. The streets is talking about him, and I haven't heard a lot of positive things about this guy. And this is all allegedly. They said there's been unscrupulous business dealings that he's had. There's been, you know, question about his level of education and his ability to run a university. My question is, how does someone with such a storied history even make it to the board of trustees? Like, what's that vetting process for you guys? And even too, like, how was he even considered, you know, to be a president or have this group of people even think he could be, you know, in that light of presidency for such a distinguished university like Florida Memorial? Like, how do we get here with the person with this type of alleged past?
So Mr. McCormick's appointment precedes me. He was the chairman when I joined the board back in 2020. So as to the vetting process or, you know, how it was done, I know how it's done now. I don't know, you know, what the process was. However, when Dr. Hardrick's tenure ended, which was the last president prior to Mr. McCormick, you know, generally every institution desirably, the preference would be that a CEO would announce their resignation or their retirement and allow the institution some time to plan for transition. Well, when it's abrupt, you're denied that opportunity. Dr. Hardrick's departure was abrupt. So we're here, we're a board of trustees. We have this dropped in our lap and we have to respond. We have to keep moving forward, right? So the conversation was, who at this moment is best suited to make, so Mr. McCormick volunteered to step aside from his business. He was chairman of the board and he's agreed to step aside from his business on an interim basis and come in and provide leadership until we could figure it out. For me, I can't speak for the entire board. For me, it was a very temporary arrangement because The president has announced that he's gone, effective immediately. This is not a tomorrow decision. He's stepping aside. His tenure has ended. So who's best suited now to carry us forward? So by virtue of position, the board chair and the president work pretty closely together. That's the liaison between the board of trustees. So that would be the next person that had the most awareness of where we were and what was going on. So it just only made sense that we allowed him, and especially if you have somebody that's willing to step aside and agreeing to leave their business to come and do it. Okay. And again, very temporary in nature. So I've been careful throughout this process to tell everybody, hey, my issue in this is not about Mr. McCormick's ability. Is a different conversation for a different day. His ability, his whatever people think his credentials may be, his success, his character or fitness to lead the institution is a conversation for the board to consider. What my problem is in this moment is that Mr. McCormick has aligned himself with a group of rogue trustees that he's also uniquely positioned because he's been in the same position I am. He's been in a position to lead this board. So you know the rules, you know what the processes are, you know what's expected of us, but you still, to serve what may be considered a personal agenda, have aligned yourselves with people who are not following the rules. So I think that speaks volumes to leadership and just to the way this whole gambit has unfolded over the past couple of weeks, over the past year and a half, actually, since he became interim president. But the board, I'm crystal clear. Florida Memorial does not belong to me. I am simply the voice of the board of trustees. It is a democratic body, and it's my responsibility to enforce, to enact, and to carry out the wishes of the majority of this august body. That's not for me to make decisions unilaterally. Whatever we've done, it will be done in accordance with the bylaws and majority rules. I've been on both sides of votes. That I've been favored, and I've been on the side that doesn't prevail. My commitment to the institution in either way hasn't wavered. It's about the business of educating minds. And I know how many people are counting on that degree to get them to the next level, to end cycles of generational poverty. We still have first generation students that come to us. So there's so much more, and it's so much bigger than a disagreement. And that's what I wish my colleagues would recognize in this moment. This is not a political game. This is not a power struggle. I saw one article say there's a power struggle about who's chair. No, it's not. It's simple. This is about what's right and what's wrong. And if I have to cause good trouble to get to where we need to be, I'm up for the task.
That part right there. Dr. Brandon Dumas, before I let you go, is there anything that you want the community to know about this situation? Is there any misconceptions? Is there anything that's not clear that the community needs to know that you'd like to share?
Sure. And thank you so much for that question and opportunity. I want to make it clear that, again, this conversation is about simply doing what's right. We have a fiduciary responsibility as members of the Board of Trustees to uphold the bylaws and the documents that govern this institution. There are processes that are outlined in the way meetings should be called, the way that we should carry ourselves as trustees, and the way the selection of a president should be carried out. In this instance, they were ignored. They were not honored. And that is a problem for us. This is volunteer work. Nobody receives compensation for serving on the Florida Memorial University Board of Trustees. As a matter of fact, we have to pay. There's a financial expectation for membership on this board.
Really?
That we have annual expectations that either you give personally or you get in the form of a donation money to the institution. So nobody's in this for any other reason but to help improve the lives of the children that choose Florida Memorial. And I don't mean to call them children, they're young adults, but the students. So this is not about Mr. McCormick's ability. This is not about how many people want him to be president. This is about a process being ignored. And again, 8 duly seated trustees who have given of themselves, of their resources, of their time, their talent, and their treasure to make Florida Memorial University all that it can be, being ignored and disregarded because they had a different point of view. And it's sad that we've come to this spot because this should have been an internal conversation. We tried that. You know, if you go to Florida Memorial's website right now and you click the link to the Board of Trustees, you won't see my face. I've been removed from the website. I received notification that I had been removed from the board, signed by a man that's not even eligible to serve on the board, because they've aligned themselves and they're that determined to carry out this this mission that's inconsistent with our bylaws. So, you know, up until Saturday, I was Mr. Chairman. If you look at photos from commencement, I was on the stage. If you know anyone that graduated, my signature is on their degree as chairman. Now, all of a sudden, because I no longer subscribe to their thought, and I didn't then, but because now I stand in the way between them and the fulfillment of their mission, then he's not the chairman. He hadn't met his obligations. He hadn't performed as he should as a trustee. Again, I've been on the board since January 2020. Nothing about anything about me has ever been a question until now. There's 6 people, Florida Memorial's bylaws, we're aligned with the Baptist denomination. We're aligned with the Baptist Church as an institution. There are 6 people on the board that represent national denominations. There's the National Baptist Convention of America, which I represent. We have a state entity there, which is the Progressive Missionary and Educational Baptist State Convention of Florida, and the Senior Women's Auxiliary of that. Those 3 people are on the Board of Trustees, as well as those same entities for National Baptist of USA. I'm the only person that allegedly has not met their financial obligations, and all of our obligations are met annually at Florida Memorial on Donation Day. The National Baptist Convention, the State Convention, collectively last year gave, I think, $90,000. So if we're required to give $10,000 a year, how does $90,000 not carry the expectation or the obligation for 3 trustees? And again, every year, every single year, I've been on this board, that has never been an issue. I got a letter July 2nd from the treasurer of the board. Said, Dr. Dumas, thank you for your support of Florida Memorial. You're in good standing as it relates to finances, and your obligations as a trustee have been met. July 22nd, I get a letter circulated by Trustee Bernard Jennings, who, that's another episode, circulated by him that says you're being removed because you hadn't met your obligations. Has anybody talked to the treasurer? According to whom? How do you know what my commitment or my giving to the university has been? How did you access those information? How do you even have access to the financial records as a trustee? You're not privy to that information. You're not board chairman. You're not the treasurer. So how do you know? How can you write me a letter and say I hadn't met my expectations when I'm in possession of a document that says I've met my obligations? So you've heard the phrase "reaching for straws." Desperate times call for desperate measures. I have my foot on that neck. I'm not letting up. We are going to do what we've been called to do, and we're going to stand and we're going to fight until it's been determined that the bylaws are going to be followed. We're trusting that the judge will follow the letter of the law and make a decision tomorrow that we can move forward and get back to the business of educating Black and brown people on that campus. This is a distraction. I'm not concerned with moments. It's a movement. We're moving our people towards success through education. This is so unnecessary. It's a waste of our time. It's a waste of resources. It's a blemish on HBCUs. It's a blemish on Florida Memorial. But again, we're bigger and better than this. I hope that people will continue to support the institution beyond this moment. I know that on the other side of this, we'll come through stronger and more valuable as an institution, but it's just necessary. You know, I hate it. I hate it. It's a very uncomfortable position for me. But nevertheless, I'm not going to come down off the wall until we get fairness, justice, and we're able to move forward and get back to the business of educating these young people.
Wow. Dr. Dumas, it seemed like it's a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bull. It's really giving scheme. And I know you can't say that, and I'm saying allegedly, but just from my years of covering things like this, it for me, when people are this desperate, and history shows us when people are this desperate and clamor for power, that there is something unsavory going on behind the scenes. There's some either power play or money play that just hasn't come to light yet. And I immediately thought that. I was like, oh, this is what this is given. I've just got to wait for the facts to roll out. And I know you can't probably go on the record and say or give it anything. I'm just telling you, just from my experience from covering local community news and government, is when you see a desperate grab like that, it gives scheme. It's giving scheme.
And I've never said once that I opposed the presidency of William McCormick. I have opposed a decision being stuffed down our throats where we all, as accomplished, educated professionals, have the ability to analyze a situation and make an intelligent decision. My position is we need a search. Open it up. I don't believe that we will have a hard time attracting solid leadership that wants to come to Miami and lead our institution. Mm-hmm. Put the announcement out, allow people to apply, allow Mr. McCormick to apply. He has a rare, unprecedented advantage. He's done this job every day for about 14 months. People have seen what he's capable of. Other people in the search will probably have 3 45-minute sessions, one with faculty, one with staff, one with alumni, to persuade us that they're what's right for the institution in this moment. But open it up. Let's see what's available. And if Mr. McCormick rises to the top as a preferred candidate, if that's the wishes of the majority, then so be it. That has been my position before now. Now, not so much, because there's an issue of character with me, but just because of the way he's chosen to move throughout this process. And I kept saying to him, I told him, I said, Mr. McCormick, a wise man once told me, when the elephants are fighting, all of the monkeys belong in the tree. Being on the ground when elephants fighting, you can only stand to be hurt. This is a board fight. You need to separate yourself. Worry about educating these students. Lead the institution and let us deal with this. Stay out of it. He didn't listen. So here we are.
Here we are. And there it is, Dr. Dumas. I love your name, is so fancy. I like saying it. Look, you're now a friend of the show. I appreciate you for coming on. Also, too, is he a doctor? Is it Dr. McCormick or just Mr. McCormick? Mr. McCormick. I give doctors their things, So, Mr. McCormick, it's an equal opportunity platform. If you want to come on and share your side of I haven't even really heard from him. I haven't seen any public comment, but you're welcome to come on the show. But I appreciate you, Brandon, for jumping in this hot seat live, like we are broadcasting it. And I appreciated their comments coming in. The people are loving you in the comments. And just as you said, this get back to the business of educating Black and brown students. And I appreciate you guys for, sharing information with High Low News and just keeping us abreast on this. Please come back. Please let us know what's going on. And if there's any way that we can amplify, what's going on, just even outside of this, what's going on at Florida Memorial. We would love to be a partner, because this is South Florida's only HBCU. We got to make sure that we support you guys. And even when the family is, air quote, feud, and it's still love, it's still family. Like you said, y'all will get past this. It's just a moment in time for a school that's over 100 years old. Like this too shall pass. Again, I appreciate you for coming on, Dr. Dumas.
Thank you so much. Y'all pray for us. Keep us lifted, and I'll keep you all posted. Thanks so much for the opportunity, and y'all be blessed.
No, thank you. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Take care.
Bye. Y'all, Dr. Dumas broke it down. He had the receipts, the details, and to me, and I'm just it ain't even no thing back and forth for, we still fair, but I'm just always like this. When you look at people and they're able to break stuff down and have details and supporting facts, liars don't do that. Liars can lie good, but liars don't be having paperwork and saying, I'm gonna stand on paperwork too. Like, people don't do that who got something going on. So we'll see what happens when they go to court tomorrow. When I found out that they was going to court, I said, oh gosh, Dr. Dumas, I got to get you on the show. You got to come break this down. But Florida Memorial, you are in our prayers, and just hopefully that the students are not affected by this in a negative way at all. That definitely we don't want that. Before I bring my next guest on, I want to get into another hot topic story. Y'all know I be following the city of West Park, and West Park is parking, West parking, park, West Park. Just always just with the BS. And we'll get into this real quick. I see Mr. Darryl Thomas backstage. He has a little fun story that I want to share with you all. But before we get into that, we do our politics over here. So let me see. Is it on the screen for y'all to see it? There it is. So the city of West Park, they are suing city officials claiming corruption. Child, let's see what Channel 7 reported on this. Let me see. Do they have a video for us? I don't see the video. Let me go back over here because they had one and I want to show it to y'all. Here it go. Yeah. So let me share this tab. Did it share it for y'all? Can y'all see it? There it is. Wait. It's not Channel 7. This is actually ABC.
One commissioner now asking a judge.
So let's back it up.
And chaos in the small community of West Park's City Commission. It's reaching a whole new level. A lawsuit and one commissioner now asking a judge to take it over. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa is outside West Park City Hall right now with all the controversy. Christian.
Christy, you might say that commission meetings out here in West Park as of recent have been bombastic. And now you have this lawsuit against the city mayor and two other city officials from one commissioner who says she has had enough of the foolery. A political tug of war in West Park.
No, the meeting is not adjourned. We still have a quorum. Point of order.
Now prompting a legal suit.
I'm discussing it and you still interrupted me.
Meeting adjourned.
It's being run like a mob.
Either we're going to get order or we're going to leave.
It's being run like a dictatorship.
Attorney Michael Pizzi representing West Park Commissioner Katrina Touchstone filing a lawsuit against the mayor, the city clerk, and the city manager for what she describes as political gaslighting.
Each and every time that an item comes up that the mayor is not in agreement with, she arbitrarily adjourns the meeting.
Calling a point of order.
No, I don't, Mayor.
Okay, 17-1.
We have been impeded in the capabilities of doing our job. Madam Attorney.
The lawsuit also calling for a Broward County judge to take over the meetings to serve as referee.
Because you don't want to allow me to talk.
We apologize again for this display of foolery.
One of the motions Commissioner Touchstone claims she is trying to bring forward but has been unable calls for an investigation.
My allegation is that there is corruption going on, mismanagement of county, state, and federal funds. I don't have solid evidence, and that's why we're asking for it to be investigated.
I actually got the chance to briefly speak with Mayor Felicia Brunson right outside of City Hall. Briefly, I asked her for comment on the commissioner's allegations and the lawsuit that has been filed. She told me she had no idea what I was talking about, directed me to the public information officer, who also happens to be the city clerk, who happens to also be on the lawsuit. I gave her a call, no answer. A staff member here at City Hall told me she's not at work today. Live in West Park, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
That is a lot of drama, Christian. Okay, thank you very much.
The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Child. Oh my! I forgot to send it to you, mommy. I forgot to send it to you. And you make sure you get your notifications, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. And make sure y'all cut on notifications so that y'all can get the alerts when it's on. But yeah, sorry, I forgot to send you the link directly, mommy. But thank you for joining us. We talk about West Park. West Park always got some mess going on. So as y'all see, they suing each other. So y'all see the lady who's actually suing and bringing this lawsuit for it is, y'all remember that lady, Touch the Stones, what's her name? Commissioner Touchstone, who said she needed to talk to me and we was about to verbally tussle. Well, she bringing a lawsuit for it, and I got to dig into it. Yes, exactly. That's a whole lot of drama, Christian. It is. So that was her who's actually bringing a lawsuit. But to her point, she's saying that they can't get a quorum, they can't get anything, and then the mayor is, holding things up. So I always say there's three sides to a story. Your side, they side and the truth, and the truth is somewhat in between the middle. So I don't know what's going on over there deeply in West Park, but as y'all know, as we've been following this city for the last few months, it's always been some drama over there. And I always say this: nobody wins when the family feuds. Y'all are holding up these taxpayers' dollars. They can't get their services right. I heard they keep cutting off the lights at the park where the kids playing football. It's just always been some shit going on. But this is the importance to me of people taking running for office seriously, getting training, getting mentorship so that you know what to do and you're prepared to run a city. I'm going to just say it. And this is just, I'm taking off my journalist hat. I'm going to put on my Janae hat. This is me talking right now. The city of West Park got a whole bunch of inexperienced people to me who don't really know what they're doing, who not really prepared to do this job. And that's why they keep feuding and fighting and having issues. Because to me, it don't take all of this. It don't take all of this to run that little ass city. West Park, the people fucking tired of y'all. Now y'all don't piss me off and I'm cussing. I'm sorry. This video will never be monetized at this point. But y'all pissing me off. Because why is it all of this? Why is y'all suing each other? Why y'all can't have quorum? Why y'all walking out? Why y'all fussing and yelling at each other? Do y'all hoes want to fight? What y'all want to do? It's very ghetto crackhead behavior. It's very projectic. And this is a black city with black leadership. Do better. Be better. Figure this shit out. People of West Park, vote these clowns out. And maybe y'all need to start from scratch and get all these motherfuckers out of there, because this is mayhem. Mayhem. And people the voters don't deserve this shit. I'm sick of every fucking week y'all up here sending me DMs and sending me, oh, he did this, oh, she did that. Y'all like fucking kindergartners over there in West Park. Okay, the whole damn thing need a reset. Either y'all need to go kumbaya, y'all need to go talk to a therapist or somebody, but this ain't it. This ain't it. Don't piss me off. I'm so sick of them over there in West Park. But keep sending me the tea so we can keep talking about City of West Park. And I hope that one day that we can see a harmonious work in West Park where the people are getting things done that they could get through a commission meeting and that. And here's the thing: I ain't saying commissioners, elected officials got to be kumbaya, lovey. We don't need that. We don't. We know that's not a real thing, and that's not how the legislation and laws work, right? But at the very least you could do is have decorum, have respect for one another when you're on the dais, have respect for the dais, have respect for the voters of that community. All of that yelling and pussy popping and cussing and y'all be quiet. It's like, come on, y'all. What is y'all? Is this a reality show? What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to get a check? Y'all trying to get Mona Scott to give y'all Real Housewives of West Park, Love and Hip Hop West Park? Because that's what it's giving. It's giving. I feel like Ray J and Yandy and Mendices and all of the people gonna pop out the corner of the screen and say we here too. Because it's giving reality show. I'm sick of it, West Park. Sick of it. But keep sending me the tea. So let me put back on my journalist media hat. I'm back. And with that, that's a heck of a transition. You know what? It's good when you all pent up, a good dance, a good release, a good exercise, a good fitness thing, you know, when you could just let go and let God and let your body flow. And my next guest is good for all of that. That's a heck of a transition, right? Mr. Darryl Thomas is joining us on the show, and he wants to tell you guys all about his new line dancing class that's keeping people fit, having fun, all down in the city of Miami. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show, Mr. Darryl Thomas. Hey.
Hey, good evening, Janae. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
After that dissertation soliloquy, I'm good.
Look, you see how I transitioned back
Yeah,
for you?
yeah, you did. Man, I didn't. Wow, they got it going on over there. But
yeah,
okay.
West Park got it going on. But yeah, we praying for them too, Daniela. Darryl, look, the lighting is a little bad. I don't know if you could turn to like a toward a light, because I want the people to see you.
Okay.
Be able to see your face. If
We
there's
can
a
do
way
that.
for us to get you some
Do
light.
that.
You
Can
know,
you
for
see me?
our chocolate skin, we need light. That's a little better. I'll
Is
let
that
you live with
is
that.
that better?
It's a little better. Maybe it's the hat too, but I don't want you to take your hat off because that's your signature look. That's your signature thing right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Darryl, let us know all about this line dancing craze that's taken over Miami, and you are leading that charge. Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on this evening. You're a dear friend of mine, and we talk about a lot of different subjects, and a lot of different topics in our community. But when it comes down to bringing people together, bringing the community together with unity, we're doing it through line dancing. And I started this venture like 5 months ago. Now, to be honest with you, Janae, I had no idea I was going to be a line dance instructor. I have been every other instructor: kickboxing instructor, water aerobics instructor, step instructor, everything when it comes to health and fitness, right? But when I fell into this genre of fitness, it was because of an accident and a surgery. And that happened during Jazz in the Gardens. To make this story very, very brief, the vision in my left eye was distorted at Jazz in the Gardens. And it persisted from Saturday to Sunday. And when I went to go get it checked out, ultimately the optometrist said that I had a detached retina with a cataract. So it required surgery immediately, or I was going to lose vision in my left eye. So me being very active that I am, as well as the health and fitness coordinator for the health and wellness coordinator for the Circle of Brotherhood, I can't sit still. So, the surgeons were asking me not to lift weights and doing anything strenuous. So I'm like, man, I got to do something. So I end up going to a line dance class. Now, I knew my 3 or 4 line dances, my electric slide, my homie twist, things of that. Yeah, right? The old school stuff, right? But when the boots on the ground phenomenon hit, it went to a whole nother level for the culture and for the movement of soul line dancing, versus country western line dancing, even though there's an element of that in it, right? So I started picking up line dances, going to Betty T. Ferguson Rec Complex with Linda Holloway, who teaches there right, and she's also the CEO of the Super Soul Steppers, right? So I had a liking to Miss Linda's class, so I said I'm gonna go to this line dance class, not knowing I was gonna pick up these line dances as fast. Well, one of the reasons why I did, because in my fitness instructing situation, if you could count to 8, you can do these dances, right? On top of that, back in the 80s, I had one of the top pop and lock dance groups back in the day.
Oh, so that's what I was going to ask you. Do you have a background of dancing? Like, can you can move, you can 1, 2.
I can 1, 2. Well, when it comes down to dancing, my first dance teacher was by a beautiful woman by the name of Florine Lithicote Nichols, Miss Nichols. And she had the inner city dance troupe. And she used to come to our private school. I was probably like 5 years old. And she used to come to our private school, Jackson Tato Inn. And she taught us modern dance, jazz, ballet, tap, and the whole 9. So my rhythm came from that. As I progressed in the 80s, I was part of a family dance group called the Night Force Jammers. And we were trained and mentored by the Amazing Wizards, which the leader of that group is none other than my big brother, Terry Elliott. And Terry Elliott that does the Christmas on 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Terry Elliott had a dance group, and they were the standard when it came to locking and popping and things of that nature. So we were mentored by them, and we ran the table for like 6-7 years as one of the top dance groups in Miami, Florida. Right. So it kind of translated into my fitness endeavors as a kickboxing instructor and, all those other classes that I teach. The ability to hear music, to hear beats, when to cue and the call, and to get people moving together, synchronized, right? So when the whole line dance thing came up, it was like second nature to me. And I remember having this discussion with Miss Holloway. I said, I got boots on the ground, I got country girl, but if I could ever get that damn Tamia dance, it's over.
Did you get it?
Not only I got it, that's my number one dance. And I put a flair to Tamia dance. And people want me to teach them this dance. And it is not as complicated as people look at it. It's really not.
Yeah, Coach D, because I cannot get it. So if you're looking at the screen, what dance is that we're doing right there?
So that dance, that's one of my favorite ones too. That is called Creed's Pressure, Crees Pressure. But the song is Usher's Bad Girl.
Oh.
And it's a soulful line dance that you could be real sexy with. And we actually did
watching it and started winding it up because it was just
I don't know if you noticed do you see on the right of me the young lady with the shorts?
Yeah, that's Councilwoman, right?
That's Councilwoman Baskins, correct?
Yes, I recognize. I said, look at her with her shorts on, getting into it.
Yeah, she been coming to the class faithfully, and she has picked up these line dances. One of the things she told me at the last karaoke in the gardens, they kind of introduced the boots on the ground dance on stage, and she called me up because she knew I knew this dance, and I led this dance on stage, and it was her and Councilwoman Linda Julian right next to me, and we just killing this dance, right? And I told her, I said, listen, you start line dance classes, I need you to come. And she started coming ever since.
Wow. That's amazing. Look, Coach D, and I'm putting up the videos up for people to see from your Facebook page. What do you want them to know about this class and how can they sign up? Is it free? Give us some details about these classes that you're doing. And I know you're doing this work, with the Circle of Brotherhood. So tell us about that and how, if I wanted to come, what do I need to do?
So the classes were birthed out of an initiative that I had. Matter of fact, around West Fest, Boots on the Ground Dance-a-thon. And we brought the community together to come, and it was a fundraiser effort because, the situation with the Circle of Brotherhood we're going through because of the Department of Justice cut our funding. So it was one of those initiatives that we were raising money to go towards our organization. So the success of Boots on the Ground translated into doing classes to lead me to my next Boots on the Ground endeavor, which will be October 25th, right? So we call the classes Circle of Brotherhood Dance Kicking Therapy. One of the reasons why I added the word therapy in it is because we have different walks of life that's in our different neighborhoods, our different communities, in our inner cities. And sometimes you just need that outlet to be released through the art of dance. I have never, you could quote me and you could go and fact find this. I have never ever seen a mad line dancer. Never. Never, right? So there's endorphins that you'll release when you're dancing of happiness and joy. So for different people that are going through different situations, whether it's family, whether it's job, whether it's whatever situation, for 2 hours, they can come and learn these line dances and be in a social atmosphere, be with the culture, be with the movement, as well as getting a good cardio workout because you're getting that. Okay. And so we have the classes here at the Circle of Brotherhood in the auditorium or in the pavilion in the back of the school. The classes are on Wednesday evenings from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We welcome everybody. We welcome the novice. We welcome the beginner. We welcome the intermediate. We welcome the advanced. We welcome them young. We welcome them young at heart. We welcome boys, girls, men, women, seniors. We welcome everybody. And these classes are absolutely free. I'm going to say that again. Free. Free 99. Free.
Free 99.
Capital F, capital R, capital E, free.
Look, and I love this. What I love about this video that I'm playing right now is the diversity. I see, like you said, young and young at heart. You see women, you see men, you see Spanish people, you see Black people, you see the women's, like, you see people coming from work, you see people in shape, out of shape. I love it. I love how inclusive this is. Was that intentional, Coach D?
That was actually part of the grand scheme of things. I got the inspiration. God gave me the inspiration one evening just to bring people together. And, you know, the power of line dancing is amazing. And it's a cultural movement everywhere, whether it's North, South, West Coast, East Coast, it's all universal. Overseas, in the islands, it's universal. It's in our DNA. It comes equipped, you know, being as part of the African ancestry, that even our ancestors, when there was a rites of passage, boys to men, girls to women, marriages, feasts, festivals, they danced together in unison. And one of the things that inspired me about this is, if we can move together like this collectively, what else can we do collectively as a people? One of the biggest knocks that we have as a people, that we don't stick together, right? So I try to express this part of the culture by us doing this together. In the beginning of my classes, I do affirmations to encourage them, to build confidence. And it's all aligned when it comes to dance, right? And who they are. I encourage them. If they mess up, there's a saying in my class: if you mess up, catch up. Mess up, catch up. We don't knock anybody. We don't sell nobody short. And the beautiful thing is, I have 4 to 5 line dancing ambassadors. I don't call them assistants. I call them ambassadors. They can be throughout the class at each corner. And you know, in most classes that you have one instructor, and if it's a 4-wall movement that you're moving north, south, east, and west, and you got to literally run to the next spot so they can see you instead of looking back. Well, when they turn, they see an ambassador there, so they can stay focused on the direction they got to turn. So we do things differently. I know about a lot of different line dance groups and instructors, but I do a little bit things a little bit differently based on my connection and my work with the Circle of Brotherhood, because we believe in human transformation here, but we also want to transform them across the board. And we wanted to relate to everyday life. And with those 2 hours that they come to get a good workout, to be a part of a social movement, a cultural movement, it gives people a great understanding and a great aspect of, listen, I can do anything. If I could get these line dance steps down, I can do anything. Because that's another thing, memorization of different line dances.
Yeah. That, I don't know how people be knowing all those dances like that. It's impressive. And as you're talking, you guys are touching on different ways of being fit, from mental to physical, spiritual. I really love that you guys are doing it. And I love seeing your videos too. And you always have so much energy. And you know what? You can see the joy. Like, you can tell that you're having fun.
We have had like a ball with the participants that have come. And, you know, we've had special guests come through to sit in on us. Matter of fact, I have, in the next few minutes, I have a reception to go to with the Martin Luther King committee. And, you know, Lady Jenkins?
No, I don't know Lady Jenkins.
She's the executive director of the Martin Luther King committee. She does the parade and the festivities that happen in the park.
Oh, I need to meet her. I want to do something with the MLK. We got to talk offline. I want to do something with the parade.
Matter of fact, she should be here like right now in the auditorium. And her and her daughter came to a couple of the classes, and they love what I do. And one of the things that Lady Jenkins shared with me, and her daughter Princess shared with me, it seems like every year that when we go to the park from MLK Day, that they have this stage set up, but a lot of people are not in the park. And then there are other things that's happening out there on the street. And then it seems like that the festivities get shut down because there's some type of disturbance or skirmish with our brothers and sisters in the street. So she came up with this idea. She said, you know what, Coach D, I think if we do a stepper showcase, bring the different forms, different groups of line dance groups and the different forms of music, I think we could pack out the park. Not to mention, it was mentioned that to do the boots on the ground dance with the largest number of people in the park to break a Guinness World Record, right? So we're working on that just to bring the community together to let everybody know that Dr. King we still believers of the dream. I know I am. And I want to see our people more unified and more harmonious. You know, we have a lot of things right now that's going on in the world that's chaotic. Well, people are line dancing. Somebody put that video out on social media a few months back. When the world is going to shit, people are line dancing. Black people line dancing.
Black people are line dancing.
Right.
So, I mean,
and I love that. And I love that. And if we can do that line dancing, what else can we do as a people together? Whether it's socially, economically, politically. Matter of fact, Dr. Dumas kind of touched on it. So that's my mindset when it comes to those things. That's Brother Lyle's mindset when it comes to things. Our executive director, or Brother Leroy, our lead organizer, or our staff. We want to see our people together because we know that is a challenge out there. And line dance is just one of those elements, one of those tools that we're using to bring our folks together.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Darryl, Coach D, for coming on and breaking down, you know, your mission with line dancing and the fact that it's free 99. So y'all make sure y'all sign up for these classes or show up and register. Coach D, or I call you Coach D, but Darryl, how can people follow you? How can people get more information about the line dancing classes that you guys are offering?
You can first go to our social media on the Circle of Brotherhood on Instagram and Facebook, as well as our website, which is www.circleofbrotherhood.org. You can follow me on my personal page, Darryl Thomas, Facebook and Instagram. You know, we got flyers out there now. Matter of fact, you'll see us pop up somewhere everywhere just to lay the foundation. I don't care if it's Lorna's or the Fleet or like this weekend at the Orange Blossom Classic, we'll be at the HBCU experience in the plaza where we will be doing dances with Winston World Entertainment that is doing the karaoke in the gardens. He's going to have a stage. I know Big Lip and Shelby will be hosting on stage. Me and him talked yesterday. So you'll see us performing some of these line dances out there tomorrow. We have Big Lip and Shelby's 7-year anniversary with the Vibe. That's at Amsterdam Lounge. We will be there with a whole plethora of steppers and line dancers. And then on Monday, we will be at Nomi Village with the Space Boys, Space Jenkins and Fernandez for the Cooler Fest. We will be doing a all-star dream team stepper set with DJ Tight on stage.
Nice. Come on now, Coach D. You better come through and have a little mini tour across the South Florida. Look, Nate, you are a friend of the show. You already know we talk offline. You are the homie, big brother, big cousin, big all the things. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing this story. Please keep us updated if you guys are adding new elements, new dances, new things, you know, new programming at Circle of Brotherhood. You know, we are a media partner and love amplifying what you guys are doing over there at the nonprofit organization.
Okay, and one more thing. One more quick thing. Tonight they will be airing on Channel 7, ABC 7 News, WSVN 7 News, the Spotlight feature on Circle of Brotherhood Dance Kicking Therapy. It will be on somewhere between the 10:25, 10:35 hour. They did a whole story on us.
That's what's up. Congratulations. Make sure you send me that link so we can repost it.
I sure will.
Well, Coach D, Darryl Thomas, co-lead health and wellness coordinator for the Circle of Brotherhood, all things line dancing in South Florida. If it ain't, if they line dancing and it ain't true, then it ain't right. It ain't real. Thank you so much for coming on. Continue the great work. And I gotta come to one of these classes one day. That will make some good content.
It
We
will.
gotta link it up. We gotta link it up. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen, sis.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, baby.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Coach D is always a good time. He's always good energy. And yeah, all the things. There. Y'all make sure y'all pull up to their line dancing classes and tell them that Hello News sent you. So I didn't do none of my graphics today, but we finna get into this graphic, which is not the thing kicking me out the studio, child. Is we still going? Yes. As I was saying, we are going into our last segment of the show, and it is our hot topics. That's hot. I'm gonna just record it because I like it, and I'm gonna put some music with it. Matter of fact, I just met a producer. I'm gonna have him produce me that into some music. But we are going into the hot topic of the day. And today's hot topic, it ain't super political, it ain't super all the things it is, but it has a Miami connection, even though it doesn't really have like nothing to do with Miami. But the thing that has to do with it is that is Funky Dineva, and he's from Miami. And y'all know I go up for Quentin Latham, Funky Dineva, YouTuber, media personality extraordinaire, viral sensation, all the things. Now, if you guys have known anything about what's going on with him and Tamar Braxton, it has been heating up. And I just wanted to chime in and give my 2, 3, 4, 5 cents on the situation, because it has been a lot. Let me see if let me see which video it is. Here it is. So let me mute this, but as y'all see, Tamar and Funky have been going at it, right? And it all started with Tamar saying that she was attacked and missing teeth, had blood and all this other stuff. And child, the people started saying that it was Funky and he had something to do with it and all this other stuff. And he was just like, I had nothing to do with that lady. And, people felt like he was, not taking it seriously and all this other stuff. So there's this video here that I have on the screen that he did, and he kind of explained his side of things, right? And in this video, which to me, bring the vocals back. I will. To me, I think, and I'm not even gonna get into all the details of what that situation is, because you could just go to another blog site for that. I think the real lesson here is the fact of the way some people treat friendships, And I wanted to speak on that, and actually was proud of how Funky has handled the situation. Because we know if anybody follows him, it could have went to hell. He could have went to hell with it if he wanted to, right? But he absolutely did not. And he kept it cute, he kept it classy, and that is commendable, because here's the perspective that I wanted to share about this too. People don't realize, like, when you are in a position in media and you carry a lot of bones, you carry a lot of information that people don't realize, that you could damn near destroy homes, marriages, cities, governments, empires. Like, you have a lot of information. And I think the real restraint and the real power comes from how you decide to disseminate that information, if you disseminate it and publish it at all. And so to me, that's one thing to keep in mind, because is people, and here's the thing, and I'm totally being biased here. I'm a fan of Q. He's from Carroll City. He went to Myrtle Grove Parkway and Carroll City, Miami bred, media entrepreneur. So I'm going to admit, I am biased when it comes to him. I don't believe that he did anything malicious in this situation. So there's that, right? So you can say whatever you want and take that how you want to. But I wanted to give some perspective on how he handled this situation and things that people are missing from this conversation. So for one, him and Tamar, when they made up and became friends, I always thought that was just not gonna last, because to me, Tamar is one of them people that you just keep at arm's length. From what she's shown us publicly, she does not seem like a girl that keeps many friends, right? She seems like she's genuine. She seems like she loves hard, but she also gives me very fickle, blow with the wind. Whatever she feeling that day, that's what it's gonna be, with no explanation. Like one day she could be your friend, the next day she ghosting you. You don't even know why. Like she definitely gives that up and down type of energy, right? And for me, people like that are dangerous and volatile, and I don't like to have that close to me. So just seeing how much Quentin has grown over the years and how emotionally intelligent he is, I was like, I don't know how long this friendship gonna last, because Tamar's gonna do a Tamari type of thing. Hint, here we are this past weekend, and the shit hit the fan. So, like I said, apparently Tamar went into the hospital. People said that Funky was one of the last people seen with her. They were partying together, and people were like, "How can you let her do this? And you probably had something to do with it, or you don't care, or you ain't protect her, and you ain't no real friend." So he kind of just made a joke out of it and let it ride. And eventually he was just like, well, reaching out to her directly. And this is what he said in this video that I have on the screen. He's like, well, are you going to clear this up? Because people are saying like, I've done some really nasty things to you, or at least let me know what's going on. Like, what's the plan? So Tamar doesn't say anything and let this go on for like 3 or 4 days. And so Quentin's like, look, you need to clear this out. If this some type of publicity stunt, like let it be known, but don't let people drag me out, especially if we're friends. And to his point, I agree. Like, you don't let your friend just get dragged like that. And if you are willing and okay with that, then you're not a friend anyway. And then what I really, really respected from Q, and which is what I think people really don't understand how deep it is, because I be in these situations too sometimes. Never to this extent, because I don't deal with the Hollywood girls. I don't even aspire to deal with those girls. But just on a in my world of media, he was saying things to the effect that I knew exactly what he meant. He gave a warning shot. He gave a bazooka army gun to your chest warning, and he was just like, girl, I know the truth. I know where the bodies are buried. I know the real reason why you're doing certain things. So you better clear this up and clear my name before I let that shit be known. Because if you okay with people calling me all type of negative, nasty things and saying I wasn't a friend of you when I have no idea what's going on, if you gonna play a game, then I'm gonna play a game too. And you don't want to. And I bet you I could do you better than you could do me. He pretty much was saying all of that. I'm not saying it verbatim, but I know Miami talk, and I know my good guy, my good friend Q. I know he was saying bitch and with full Miami energy, full chest, full Carol City energy. He was saying puss ass hoe. Fuck the friendship. You ain't finna drag my motherfucking name through this. Clear that shit up, for I clear this motherfucking room. That's what he was saying. And I felt him, because here's the tea. And what I feel like people didn't really catch in this video. And I want y'all to understand, when you sit in these positions, especially the higher up you go in media, you see so much shit. People unsolicitedly send you so much shit. I have told y'all stuff about people saying people have cheated on their wives, people in the closet, people doing this, people on sex tapes, just stuff I don't even ask for. I look at my phone and be like, oh, get this out of here. So when he said that warning shot to Tamar and said, I'm going to tell what it really is, and then Tamar sent that little cryptic situation out and was like, oh, me and Funky Night, whatever it is. Apparently that wasn't really, genuine, but whatever. But she sent it out there to because whatever he knew, she did not want the world to know. She did not want the world to know at all. And that is the power of being a media entrepreneur, of being somebody who is good at their job as a journalist, as an interviewer, as a YouTuber, whatever you were saying that. And yep, that's exactly what he was saying. And that is the thing that people don't understand in the value of the work that we do. You better keep me happy. Especially us girls who do this independently. like me, like you, I don't work for CNN. I don't work for PLG. I don't work for the Miami Herald. I work for Janae. I consult and talk to my dang self. Janae, you want to do this? Yeah, I do it. Okay. Like, this is what we do, right? I have nobody to answer to but me. And a little bit to my advertisers and my funders. But even then, I could just be like, okay, y'all want to fool with me this year? I get it how I live. When you have somebody like that who is good at what they do, and they have nobody to be holding to, that is somebody you don't fuck with. And my favorite TV show, The Wire, my favorite drama TV show, it's a line in there from season 5, and it says you don't, or season 5 or 4, but it's the season when they're doing the newspaper scene, and they have a line that says you don't fuck with people who buy ink by the barrel. Tamar learned you don't fuck with people who buy ink by the barrel, okay? Digital ink by the barrel. You know, you do not. Let me hold your phone, cousin. Exactly. I'm not gonna even let y'all see what's in this phone. And you don't mess with those type of people. And I feel like Tamar really, really underestimated, one, the loyalty that Quentin's or Funky's fans has for him. They was gonna ride for him regardless. Also, two, just you don't mess with people who really, really could get you together like that and really destroy your shit. Because I think here's the thing too. Can I tell y'all something about the world that this is? And like I said, I'm talking from a very lower level of it. Like, Q has a access to people that I just don't have. Like, I'm not even gonna say I'm up there with where he is. It's more so like just these interactions, because I know they exist. And I know if I'm having them, I know he does. So essentially, we're creatives. Like, I'm a writer. Like, that's what I do. I write. I got into this business journalism as a writer. Quentin is a writer in the sense of video creation and storytelling and understanding words and how to dissect art, like watching films and TVs. Like, that's a creative type of person. So when you meet certain people on that frequency, especially if they're intellectuals, if they're smarts, if they're creative, we have intense interactions, right? Like, if you're intellectual, if you're a thinker, you're a talker, like, I can meet somebody and it is instant friendship. Like, literally happened today. Met a guy named KJ, influencer, has over 200,000 followers on Instagram. He does Black Food Fridays. Amazing guy. We sat and talked for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. I don't even know how much time passed. We got into a trance where we became like, that'll be my homie forever. And I have these type of intense, very deep, very personal interactions with people, right? Because we're in that world, we vibrate on that frequency. I know that happens in this upper echelon media celebrity world. So I could see how a Tamar, because she actually do seem like a cool, good time. I could see how they could be friends. So I'm pretty sure there was genuine moments where they was laughing, kikiing. They probably like the same music, same TV shows. They getting into it, together, and they building a bond. And here's the thing, you be so into it with people that you be like, you will tell some shit to them that you wouldn't necessarily tell any other stranger, but you just feel this connection. So you telling stuff, you showing stuff, it's intense. And you have these type of friendships, even sometimes it's romantic, like, with some people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these are intense connections of friendship and relationship with people. So I can see how there is a world where Tamar is sharing, exposing things with Funky as well. And because she probably like, damn, I didn't think you would spray me and send this one a shot and let the people know this. Well, why would you show me this? Because at the end of the day, I still do what I do. And if you're going to let people dog me out on the thing that feeds me and that can impact me and what I do, then I got to use that thing to hit your ass with it. You can't take away from me. So all of that to say is, don't underestimate somebody with the power of media who buy ink by the barrel, because they will get your ass together if you come at them. If you, and not even on some vengeful thing, it's not even on some vengeful thing. It's more so like, especially if you're in a space that impacts what they do, they're going to use their superpower, which is this thing that's media, to get your ass back, especially if you're trying to infringe on it. If you're trying to take from their mouth, if you're trying to take food away from them, you're trying to take, like, our reputation, our word, what people perceive us. That's a part of this whole allurement, right? This is why you want to watch, right? So somebody's impacting that negatively, it's only right that you use that same platform to get their ass back. I ain't feel no sort of way about what Q did. And I actually, y'all know, if you know me personally, y'all know I stand on that type of stuff. Don't even come at me that way and think I'm not going to defend myself. Also, too, I do applaud him just on the human level of seeing a situation, trying to talk it through, trying to make it work, trying to not let it become this, but still holding boundaries and letting somebody know, like, hey, you can't treat me like this. Hey, this is not okay. I thought we was friends. I wouldn't do this to you as a friend. It's not cool. I wouldn't let something just slide. If people thought, even if, whenever she was saying she's in a hospital or whatever, and he was graceful with that and understanding, but it's like at some point, you got to let somebody on, at least people like that have teams. Let somebody on your team, put a statement out. Are we friends for real? And I love that he showed this display of like, despite of whatever y'all want to try to paint me as, I'm going to clear my name. I'm going to stand in it. And I'm also too going to let you know, don't ever play with my face like this. Don't ever play with my money like this. Don't ever play with my platform and my reputation like this. This is how I pay my bills. That's not okay. And I wouldn't do that to you. And here's the other thing too. You trying to destroy, you messing up his platform, Tamar, just so you can elevate your platform and how you make money. How selfish is that? How fucking selfish, Tamar. I hope you get the help that you deserve. I hope this, this album don't flop or this single don't flop. I really don't even care about it. And here's the crazy thing that I'm so mad that she played it this way. Funky has such a following that's so loyal that had she brought him into the rollout and he told us to just go listen just because he said it, we would have ran that shit up. The Funky Bunch would have just listened to it. We would have streamed it. We would have gave you the chance and all the things that you wanted, the attention that you wanted. I wouldn't have had no interest in it anyway, but because he's an influencer, that's a part of the influence. And if he would have said, go listen to this, y'all, Funky Bunch. My friend Tamar got this new song. It's real good. Y'all know I love me a good R&B song. If he would have said something like that, we would have ran up her register. If y'all in a Funky Bunch, y'all already know what it is. And we would have ran them streams up. Now, girl, I don't even care to even listen to the audio on Instagram or any social media platform. The thing is on mute. I don't even want to give you nothing of it because you dogged out Q for no reason and you wasn't a friend, and that's not cool. And I feel like he genuinely came into that situation, letting bygones be bygones, trying to start fresh. And maybe for you, you couldn't let go whatever happened in the past or whatever, or you just treat people disposable like that. But whatever it is, the shit wasn't cool. It was very, very, very tacky. It was very, very lowbrow. And just as a woman of your age, I would hope that you would know to do better than this. And also, too, it could have been a better rollout than that. I just don't understand why why it had to get that nasty and that in the weeds and that in the dirt with it. Let me see what y'all saying. Yep, we definitely would have checked it out just because he asked us to. Exactly. Well, this man sit here and fool Allah, as he say, with us every night, telling us what to do, what to watch. You don't think he would, as his friend, he wouldn't have told us to listen to your music and we would have did it? Child, he could have brought you on one of the little event stops that he was doing, did a little concert, did a little situation with you. We would have came. He talking about something, I'm going to listen, take my be eating a little bit. She do. I love her voice, but I wasn't hurting for a new Tamar song. If I never hear another new Tamar song again, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm missing something in my life. Now, here's the thing. Love and War, 8 down. And that song that she did with the Biggie sample that I can't think of the name, 8 down. That song with Nene in the video, 8 down. There's no doubt that Tamar's talented. There is no doubt. I would never take that away from her. She could sing, as we say, flat-footed, barefooted, all the footeds, toe curl, toes flexed, all the footeds. She could sing. I will never take that from Tamar. But I think a lot of these theatrics, all of the drama, it takes away from the talent, takes away from the art. And I just kind of be turned off. Like, I don't even be checking for her stuff like that. I'll just be like, okay, girl, like, it be exhausting. I don't even want to get into it. You're gonna have to force the song into my eardrum because I'm not gonna go search for it. If I hear it playing, I guess I'll give it a listen that way, but I'm just not gonna search. And because now this song is tied to this drama, and she did this to Miami's own, Miami's finest, Carol City's class president from whenever Q graduated. We ain't having it. Not on my watch. Choose the girls up. She does. She be chewing like a gristle. She be chewing their ass up. Tamar's talented. But yeah, y'all, that's my hot take on this funky funky Quentin Latham. I'm about to say Quentin Dineva. Funky Dineva, Quentin Latham versus Tamar Braxton drama beef and the lessons that we learned in the hot takes that we should be looking into. And because he's from Miami, we're going to give him his things and let him know that we are standing and riding with him. Okay. He also is a supporter of High Low News, and I appreciate that. He does it without me even having to ask, beg, borrow. He don't make me have to beg him to shout High Low News out on his platform. I actually got followers because of Q telling people to check us out here in South Florida. So definitely want to, get my hot take on that. Yep, not on my watch. Y'all, this has been another great episode of the Can We Talk podcast. Look, I was trying to get us to an hour 30. We went a little bit, but at least it ain't at 2, child. I'm trying to get the show down to an hour 30, okay? But y'all let me know. Look at me talking about let me know. I'm asking y'all to follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all are following the State of Black Food and High Low News for all of our coverage. But go over to the State of Black Food Chef Chad Cherry's page, see what they have going on. Also, too, shout out to Orange Blossom Classic kicking off, I think today or yesterday, one of these days. They kicking off. Y'all know that's gonna be a good time. Also, too, there's Uncle Waffles is having something. MD, the Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust, MD. They're having an event tonight. Shout out to Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. They had their grand opening yesterday. Shout out to Derica and Ashley J. They're out there covering things. Also, shout out to Justin there. He's covering things for us. That's our High Low News crew. What's up, my baby tuned in? Hi, Isaiah. Yes, Auntie will break the fourth wall to give my this is my baby. Isaiah James. That's my nephew, my oldest nephew. My love. I love you. Thank you for tuning in, baby. But yeah, Orange Blossom Classic is happening this weekend. There's so much going on. Go to highlowNewsMiami.com. Go to our Instagram page. Every week we pull out an event. We put out an event post with everything that's happening. So like I said, yeah, Uncle Waffles. The Orange Blossom Classic kickoff party is tomorrow night. Child. Also to the Divine Nine. All the Divine Nine presidents are here. This is a historic occasion, according to Councilman Reggie Leon, who has been behind the initiative to have 9 streets named after all of the Divine Nine organizations in the country. And so he has them all here this weekend as well. They're going to be at Orange Blossom Classic, but they also have some events and receptions, but they're going to be doing a tour, taking pictures. High Low News will be on the scene, but this is a historic occasion because never before has all the Divine Nine presidents been in one place, right? So shout out to the Divine Nine. Eventually, I hope one day I could be a part of the Divine Nine. I know it's taboo to say what you want to be a part of, but one of these days I want to be a part of the Divine Nine. Can y'all guess which sorority I want to be in? What type of sorority girl y'all think I look like? Which one y'all think I like? Which one y'all think I want to be? Which one? But anyways, yeah, shout out to the Divine Nine. So much happening this weekend. Shout out to our crew. Shout out to the comment section. Shout out to y'all sharing it because I saw them numbers jump up. To our loyal listeners and our followers, my good friends. I see y'all in the comments. Y'all keep tuning in, and I love y'all for real. Okay. I think somebody. Oh, you think so, Ma? You think so? You think I would be a good Delta? I mean, I don't know. When you'll know when you see me crossing the burning sands. Is that what they call it? I don't know why I'm really, really about that sorority. Like, it's just something so cool to me. And I want to be the one to break down and start out the stepping. I want to be the one. I can't dance, but I think I can step. I think I could be able to step. I ain't gonna do. See, I almost gave it away what I want to do. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Y'all will see when I take my hood off and take off my thing, and y'all will see what I am. First of all, your mammy will be a ratchet Delta. Don't do me, Jay. Shout out to West Park in the building. We love. I love y'all too, Wanda. I gave y'all the business today. Sometimes you got to get some tough love, but I love West Park for real. I got to come visit y'all over there. I would not be no rat. First of all, the Deltas are not ratchet. They are classy based. Okay, there's not anybody in the look at me. Y'all got me stumbling on the words. There's not any group in the Divine Nine that is not classy. Okay, they're all classy girls. Don't do that. Come on, not for our Divine Nines. Shout out to y'all. I will see y'all next week. We about to pay some bills. Alonzo Mourning about to let y'all know men go get that prostate checked and women go get them titties checked for your breast cancer. And until next time, I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When the last time you had a prostate screening?
I haven't done it.
What about colonoscopy?
I've been thinking about it. I know I have to do it.
Come on, man. You know, we can't wait till something happens. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? So we got to make it a priority, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Full checkup once a year. And make sure you ask the doctors to get a PSA. And important, make sure you get that colonoscopy. You're 50 now, man. You got to get that done. Okay?